protests continue sweeping across college campuses, though. Local Jewish leaders say they are closely monitoring the unrest. Our Ethan Kibbe is joining us now after talking to a local rabbi, Ethan, who says he's pretty concerned about these sometimes violent demonstrations. What is his message to our community tonight, and what does he have to say about the protest overall?
Eva, Rabbi Rob Murray of Temple Anshe Hesed emphasizes the importance of the right to free speech and the right to protest. Those are central to the American way of life. But he says when he sees violence and hears what he considers to be anti-Semitic speech, he says protests at that point, in his eyes, have crossed a line. Murray says campus leaders have an obligation to protect the free speech rights of students. They should allow civil protests, but he says they also have an obligation to protect the health and safety of students, including Jewish students who report feeling unsafe at some campuses, especially those embroiled in protests. Murray says leaders have failed to navigate those duties, admittedly a difficult line to walk, putting students at risk. He says as protests escalate, sometimes led by people outside the colleges, he thinks about his parents' experiences escaping the Holocaust and the importance of recognizing the rights of everyone.
What rings in my ear is always the people who said, "Oh, don't worry, this will pass. We don't have to worry about this. This is something that is just going to go away." This is not going to go away.
Murray says he views some of these protests, specifically some of the language used in them, as anti-Semitic, but he says in his eyes it's part of a larger cultural acceptance of hatred and an unwillingness to acknowledge differing viewpoints. We'll have more on that coming up on Erie News Now at 6. Ethan Kibbe, Erie News Now.
Ethan, thanks for that report.